Welcome to Reddit After Hours. This is r/Trueoffmychest, where a really sick wife has a huge surprise for her husband that is going to change both of their lives. Our first Reddit post is from Crazy Bunny Lady 3471, titled, I just need to tell someone. I'm waiting for my husband to come home from work. After everything, I owe him this face to face. I can't ask him to come home early as his job is not that flexible, and I don't want to cause issues for him because it's not an emergency. He needs to find out before anyone else, my family, friends, etc. I was diagnosed with a brain tumor in 2020. I was told that it was most likely benign, and it was left at that due to the global pandemic. In early 2023, a routine scan revealed a significant bleed from the tumor, and I was rushed to the neurosurgery center, and they removed the tumor. I later found out that it had been cancer, but they considered me in remission with little to no chance of recurrence. 4 months later, the symptoms were back. Luckily, my GP decided that referring me for a brain scan was worth it. Not only had the tumor returned, but in the space of 4 months was the size of a walnut. I was told that it would be easy to treat, a few cycles of oral chemo and done. That was not true. 2 years later, and 8 different types of chemo totaling 49 cycles, 2 more surgeries, multiple courses of radiotherapy, several discussions around potential palliation, multiple infections due to immunocompromise, kidney failure, and heart and lung damage from chemo, and here we come to today. I had a phone call this morning asking me if I could attend an emergency appointment with my oncologist today, which I did, and I just got home. I'm sad that my husband, who has been there for all of the other appointments, wasn't there for this one, but that can't be helped now. I just keep picturing what the expression on his face will be when I tell him. Today is the day that everything I have been fighting for has reached its finale. The battle is over, and I'm exhausted. It's been a long 5 years, but I am officially cancer-free. I just had to tell someone. I can't keep it in any longer. The happiness, the relief, I'm overwhelmed. I want to shout it from the rooftops. I love getting positive stories like this because they happen so infrequently. But good for you, OP. I'm so happy for you. That is amazing. Our next Reddit post comes from CompleteBird6826, titled, I had a falling out with my lesbian sister-in-law over my husband's sperm. A few years ago, my husband's family, his sister and her wife, asked to be their sperm donor. I'll call them F and K. Ultimately, he told them no. This was a decision that we made together, and he asked for advice. What I didn't know until later was that he told them the reason was me. He basically threw me under the bus and said that I didn't want him to do it, when in reality, it was a decision that he made too. I understand why he threw me under the bus. He didn't want to be the one being attacked by his sister. I learned just how cruel she can be. F and K wanted a phone call with me to hear my reasons for not wanting my husband to be a sperm donor. On a phone call, F and K called me jealous, controlling, a bad person, and said they pity my husband for being with me. They said that they feel sorry for him for being with me. Every reason that I gave them wasn't even good enough. They'd have a rebuttal to every one of my reasons and then would attack my character. After the toxic phone call, my husband said, don't worry, we never have to see them again. That was his solution to this as we lived thousands of miles away from each other. That was 3 years ago, and fast forward to today, now we all live in the same town, and his mother wants all of us to hang out pretty often. They have never tried to make things right or extend an olive branch to me when they were the ones that burned the bridge with me. They eventually found another donor and had a kid, but the relationship with me was never healed. Every time I have to see them, I feel so much anger and resentment. I literally don't even want to make eye contact with them. I don't want to forgive them because they've never acknowledged the pain that they've caused or taken any accountability. The worst part is that the family events feel unavoidable, and I'm stuck navigating how to be around people who openly disrespected me and still refuse to make amends. I want to protect my peace, but I also don't want to cause more drama in the family. I feel trapped between holding my ground and not wanting to be the villain for distancing myself. I don't enjoy hanging out with people that have disrespected me and shown me zero love. I don't know how to coexist with people who I feel nothing but anger towards. If a friend treated me this way, I would have never spoken to them again. That is a crazy thing for them to fight with you over. And, let me know down in the comments, who you think is in the wrong. But I almost feel like a lot of these issues could have been avoided if your husband would have just, I don't know, manned up and said, hey, I don't want to do it either. It's not just because of her. Because I feel like, just by the way this reads, you're being blamed for everything and them not getting the sperm when really it was a 50-50 decision from what it sounds like. But your husband didn't want to take 50-50 responsibility for it. And that sucks, OP. Our next Reddit post comes from Perfect Swim 8981, titled, "My ex-husband cheated on his girlfriend, and I'm glad." My ex-husband R of 4 years cheated on me last year with a college friend of mine who we'll call G, and she ended up pregnant. I left him and he moved in with G and they had the baby. I haven't kept up with them since. As I'm sure everyone is surprised, R cheated on G. I found out through a friend who still follows G on socials because she made a post blasting him and all of his actions. And oh man, what a blast. This was the kind of post that's once in a lifetime. G aired all of their dirty laundry, and it was just a hell of a post. G found out R had given her some STI. She didn't specify which, but implied that it was treatable. And for some reason, she stayed with him, likely because of the baby that they just had. But later, she found out that he'd been cheating since before she even had the baby. So anyway, G found out that she was pregnant with their second baby. She told R, and he was so excited, and they went out to celebrate. R got a little too drunk and made some weird effing comments that made G think something was very wrong. He'd given G his phone passcode, which is bold as hell in my opinion. And after he passed out, she checked his texts and he had, and I quote, 2 effing B words that he was texting in his recent messages. And I'm glad. I won't say that G ruined my life because she didn't, but she planned to separate me and R and she succeeded. And she's getting her just desserts now. She's going to be a single mother of 2 young children, and it's because she was so adamant on being with my ex, even though he was a cheater. He got a taste of infidelity, and he couldn't stop, and now he's suffering. I hate it for G's kids, though. They'll grow up with a mom who craves chaos, and they won't get the life that they deserve. And I fear for her second baby, that she will inherit whatever STI that R and G have. I hope and pray that R will take responsibility for his children because we wanted kids at some point and he's great with the kids. But oh man, did I dodge so many bullets there. I feel kind of bad that I'm happy, but karma came for them and I'm not to doubt the universe's way of balancing itself. I'll just keep going to therapy and doing my thing and keeping my peace. As always, I'll be just fine. It never ceases to amaze me why someone would get into a relationship that person was already cheating on the person they were with and then just magically think, oh, I'm the one, he's never going to do it again. Like, come on. Our next Reddit post comes from Throw Away My Life, titled, I told on my mom's married boyfriend and ruined my life. It's been 18 months since I blew my family up by tattling on my mother for being the other woman for 12 plus years. 18 months of a smear campaign against me that has turned all of my family except one sister and close family friends against me. Even my grandparents, who basically raised me. Bruce's wife and I still keep in touch every few months. She has gone through way worse than I have. Her life was a lie, and she struggles daily to comprehend everything that has happened. I feel so much shame that my mother is half responsible for this woman's heartbreak. She still has been nothing but kind to me. The big question that remained unanswered for 18 months is, why did my family alienate me? What lie did my mother and Bruce, her boyfriend, tell that made them not even give me a chance to speak? The truth is that I told on my mom's married boyfriend and blew up their vacation mode relationship. But we all know that couldn't be what she was telling people. Every night I would lay awake wondering what it was that was said about me. And I finally got the answer a year and a half later. My mother told everyone that I was a drug addict, that I was affected cognitively from drug use. None of you know me, but I am not a drug addict. My family believed that lie without question because who would lie on their own child like that? She had to say a lie so far from the truth that no one would even question her. So there it is. The damage is done from all ends. My family thinks that I'm a drug addict, and I'll never forgive my family for believing that and turning on me. I pled with so many of them. I sent them the entire story from start to finish, and no one broke and came to my side. I will never forgive my mother. So much has happened these past 18 months, and it's all her fault. She almost broke me, but thankfully I have an amazing family of my own that I created. A husband and 2 daughters and amazing in-laws. My sister and I have never been closer, and we are healing together. The only thing I wish now is for my mother to stop smearing me. My husband deployed for 6 months, and she actively lied on me to people that would come and help me during that time to try and isolate me further. There is no limit to her mental torment. My mother will always be my biggest bully. Going no contact with a narc parent is so hard. Don't let any old hag out there tell you, quote, it's their first time living too. It's your parent at the end of the day. I am her child, and she chose an ugly, balding man over me and 2 amazing granddaughters. That will always be her loss. So basically, for context, OP caught his mom's boyfriend in a lie, being married, and essentially all OP did was out the fact that he was married and not single like he was letting on. And OP could not understand for the longest time why OP was being alienated by the family, because it's not like she outed the mom, she outed the boyfriend for living a double life and being a cheater. And the fact that OP's family turned on her for the boyfriend leading a double life, like, just totally blows my mind. But, at the end of the day, the best revenge is a life well lived, and OP couldn't be doing better for herself from what it sounds like, so good for her. That was Reddit After Hours, bringing you r/Trueoffmychest. Thank you all so much for listening, and if you like these videos, like and subscribe for more Reddit content.